QR code scanning simplifies attendance tracking for large sessions and reduces the administrative burden associated with manually managing attendance for large quantities of in-person ILT sessions. Cornerstone CSX app provides 2 workflows that can track ILT session attendance using QR codes. 1. The instructor scans the attendee's QR code, and 2. The attendee scans the session's QR code. Before you can start using QR codes to track attendance, you'll need to enable this feature on the ILT Preferences page. Once QR codes are enabled, you'll see the option on the Details page when you're creating or editing a session. If you're using a QR code for the session, you'll need to specify when you want the QR code to no longer be valid for attendees. During this period, learners can use their CSX app to scan the QR code and mark their attendance. Instructors, on the other hand, can scan a learner's code without any time restrictions. If the plan is for the instructor to scan the learner's QR code, the learners need to have their QR code easily accessible for the instructor. All of your users can find their personal QR code in 2 places: the profile screen on the Cornerstone CSX app and in their My Account page in their Cornerstone portal. If a user chooses to print their QR code out, it can be used for any session they attend. When it's time to take attendance at the session, the assigned instructor should have the Cornerstone CSX app ready on their mobile device. They'll select the Scan QR Code option on the profile screen and see a list of their session parts that they are affiliated with that day. Once they've selected the session, a scan window will appear, and they can scan the learner's QR codes with their smartphone cameras. If the plan is for the learner to scan an instructor's QR code, the instructor will need to provide the unique QR code affiliated with that session part to the attendees. To simplify this process, the instructor could print the QR code and place it on tables, enlarge and display the QR code on a screen, or include it on the session handout. Administrators and instructors have the ability to access the session part QR code. Administrators access the QR code from Manage Events and Sessions. On the session roster page, they'll click on the QR code option in the drop-down menu. Instructors access the QR code from the event calendar. They also land on the roster page where they can retrieve the printable QR code from the drop-down menu. Learners can then use the Cornerstone CSX app on their mobile device to scan the QR code link. From the Scan tab, they'll use their camera to scan the QR code. If the scan was successful, a message will display, verifying that their attendance has been recorded. However, there are 2 error messages that a learner can receive when they scan an instructor's code. The first comes from scanning outside the time frame identified on the session details page, and the second is from not being listed on the session roster. Also, if there are multiple parts of a session, the attendees will need to scan the unique QR code for each session. The last step in tracking attendance using QR codes is for either an instructor or an administrator to go to the roster and choose Submit Roster to complete the session and update the status on the learner's transcripts.